Well, good morning. A big Rockwell welcome to everybody who's attending this historic automation fair in Chicago. You know, Chicago is a little bit like our home field. We're only an hour or so away from our headquarters in Milwaukee. It's always the biggest show for us. We've been here many, many times. And as we did last year, I'm thinking we start this off with something a little bit different. And I'm expecting a high water mark from the huge crowd that's here in Chicago. So we're going to do the wave again, but we're going to do a little different than we did last year. We're going to start from either end, and this is going to be crashing waves. So when I say 3, we're going to start at either end, go back and forth a couple of times, and get us going. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's see it. There we go. All right. You should see yourself on the screen. Excellent. All right. Great start. Listen, you know, when we start off on a journey like this and talk about where we're going, the most important part of it is to establish the why. And the work that we do in manufacturing, it matters. It matters, and we've seen this over the last few years of volatility. It matters when it comes time to package food, to make sure that we have clean water, to bring medicines that help us live longer, healthier lives, the energy that contributes directly to our standard of living, transportation, all of those things matter. And so when we talk about how to do it better, to create that future of industrial operations, certainly it's about our livelihoods and our jobs and the companies that we work for, but it's about a greater good as well, and I think that always centers us in an important way. But the challenge is that automation is complex. The technology underlying it, the disparate systems, no company has a homogeneous architecture, and so to be able to get to where we want to go faster, it's so important to be able to simplify that complexity. The technology is still going to be advanced, but to be able to bring it together using artificial intelligence, a systems approach, and the expertise from living, breathing people that's still an essential part of high-functioning factories, we have to be able to bring everything together in as simple a form as possible. And Rockwell, as we announced a little bit earlier in the year, additional investment to go on offense, if you will, to be able to invest $2 billion over the next 5 years in plant, in talent, and digital infrastructure. We've already started with those investments to be able to bring things together in a holistic way. And today, right here, right now, we're making an announcement that we're taking the next important step on that journey. We're going to be building a greenfield plant in southeastern Wisconsin, 1 million square feet, from the ground up, to be able to orchestrate all the technology and all the capabilities of our people together to take us to a new level of customer service and performance. So I couldn't be more excited about this, putting our money where our mouth is, and to place the bet that even in a place with relatively high labor cost, we can compete and win against anybody in the world with the thoughtful application of technology, ours and our partners, and the workforce. So, thank you. It requires a different way of thinking about things. In the past, there's 100 reasons why we might have made a different decision, but we're placing a bet. We're placing a bet in our home field, in our capabilities, and what we've been talking to you as customers about for decades. And we're going to bring you along on that journey as we combine the technology and the expertise as we learn along the way, because on that journey from automation to autonomy, the key thing I want you to remember is that it's about adapting and learning. Systems can be even more performant along their life cycle past the first day that they're commissioned. And that's a different paradigm from what most of us have grown up with. Learning systems, learning organizations, technology that allows us to do those things, that's going to be critically important in sorting out the winners and the losers over the coming years. So, when we think about the starting point for this, it's looking at things holistically in a systems approach. It's creating autonomous systems that anticipate the needs. It's picking the right partner once you've defined the problem, picking that partner and making sure that your workers are ready for the journey as well. Change management plays a larger role than a lot of us recognize. It can't overstate the importance of that, of having your people coming along for the journey. Once you have that in place, we're going to take a minute to talk about the technology that's going to underpin this transformation. It's about a software-defined approach. It's about artificial intelligence being used at all levels of the technology stack. It's about robotics. And let's give a few examples of what that looks like in the coming minutes. So, Lucid, and you'll see their vehicle, their air vehicle on the floor. You'll also hear from them tomorrow. They needed to scale rapidly from their first model as they prepared for the rollout of their Gravity SUV. And we provided the underpinning, the technology, both hardware and software, for them to be able to move fast. That provided a foundation for them to be able to scale to accommodate the new production as well as to keep the lights on in terms of producing their current model. Another example on the machine builder side, tech engineering, leveraging the integrated architecture platform for a new conveyance solution to be able to provide that to multiple end users, to be able to streamline material handling, to be able to use the space more efficiently, and it gave them an 18-month payback period. When we look at the use of artificial intelligence, one of my favorite examples is with Texas Instruments, who's also a significant supplier to Rockwell. And for them to be able to apply AI for energy savings, their facilities use enormous amounts of resources, water, air, gas, electricity. And by creating a digital twin of the chiller, modeling the operation, it enabled them to be able to act on recommendations on inputs from the SCADA system they had to decrease energy consumption, to be able to provide substantial financial savings with a very attractive payback period. Another example in mining, Hancock iron ore, using technologies like model predictive control, data mosaics to be able to bring together the data so that they had a good model of their operations, Guardian AI, which you'll see on the show floor, to be able to provide preventative maintenance by using AI tools. All these are examples today, not tomorrow, of where AI is being applied for impact. In the area of robotics, GE Healthcare, using our autonomous mobile robots, enabling enormous space savings because of the ability of AMRs to be able to optimize their path on the floor, bringing material to the production line, taking finished goods away to the loading dock or the warehouse. In our own facilities, Singapore, we don't have a tour of Singapore on the show itinerary for this week, but many of you have visited and will visit Twinsburg, just outside of Cleveland, where the transformation of that facility, rock on rock as we talk about it, with our technology to help create the more efficient production of logics and operator interface and I/O products using auto AMRs on the floor of that manufacturing facility. All of these things are examples of what we're doing in existing facilities for customers and for ourselves. And as I mentioned, in our new facility, the opportunity from the ground up to optimize workflows and layouts, it's an exciting period, and we can't wait to work with you to create the future of industrial operations. Thank you very much.